Sorry, folks. Slight little technical hitch on the startup there, so we missed the lovely little Capture One pre-roll that came in. So apologies for that, but we are up and running now. So thanks for joining today's live stream, where we are going to see our very special guest in a second, who is Yaneck Wasio from Orange County in California, who's going to take us through a workflow using Capture One Live, shooting tethered to Capture One, of course. So before all of that, for those of you who are on YouTube and Facebook, welcome. Thanks for joining there. If you would like to ask a question, then please do so. If you put a question in the comments, it will come straight through to myself. We've also got Matthew, who's hanging out on YouTube as well, to help answer questions about Capture One Live. If you are in our webinar room, and you're very welcome to ask a question there as well. The way you do that is just into the Q&A tab, please. So if you would like to ask a direct question to myself, Yaneck, or of course Victor, who's another colleague of ours. So there's 3 people from Capture One hanging out with you today. Victor will also be in the Q&A part as well, who will also help with questions. So between the 3 of us and Yaneck ourselves, I'm sure we should be able to answer everything you need. If you would like to hide that, you can just click that little button there, and that will give you some more space on screen. So let's go ahead and find Yaneck. So, hey Yaneck, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you today?
Very good, very good. So thanks for joining us today to give us the rundown on using Capture One and Capture One Live. Perhaps before we get to that, I gave you a tiny introduction, but perhaps fill in for everyone else exactly what you do out in Orange County.
No, absolutely, yeah. So I've been in photography business a little bit over 17 years.
Nice.
And then about 7 years ago, we moved from Chicago to California, and back, at that point, we started to focus more on headshots plus some portraits. And right now, we are mainly doing headshots and portraits either on location or in studio. We photograph a lot of people. My rough estimate, on a yearly basis, is that we photograph over 6,000 people every year.
Wow.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
Like for example, last week I photographed I think over 500 people just last week.
Okay.
So those numbers add up pretty fast. So
yeah.
So I'm in Orange County, but we travel nationwide. I've been using Capture One for at least 10 years now.
Okay.
And was one of the, I guess, early adopters of Capture One Live. I think it's a fantastic tool, and I'll show you in real life how we use Capture One Live to kind of work directly with our clients. So before I start, though, let me switch here to 2 screens.
Sure.
I want to show you. So for those of you that never met me or never heard of me, I just started a new Facebook group to grow your photography business with Yaneck. And so if you haven't joined yet, I think, David, you can just share the link directly to that group.
Yep, I'm doing that now, so everyone will be able to have that. Yeah.
Fantastic. We have like 117 members right now. It's still starting, it's the first week, so I'm going to be doing a lot of different educational stuff in that group, share what I learn over the years, or maybe share my concerns and gather the knowledge from the group. So I think it will be pretty interesting. Anyway, so let's get started. So today we'll be photographing my lovely wife Sasha, who has her birthday today. She's turning 21 today. So she's finally legal adult. I'm just kidding. But she looks like she's 21. So feel free in the message, which I think is on the right somewhere there, to wish Sasha a happy birthday.
Sure.
And we're gonna do some birthday session for her today.
Nice.
So as we, when I start, when somebody comes to my studio, I do on location. The first thing that I do is to create a new session. And I'm not going to go through the details about how to create a new session, but basically you go to the plus sign and you create new session, which will give you the new dialogue to create one. My kind of standard workflow, I always name the sessions with the date on which I'm shooting. And I always do year, month, date. So that's easy to search. So for example, today will be 2023, 04/20. And then I'll just put dash, and then I put the name of the person that I'm photographing or the company that I do the portrait or headshots for. And so that's how I do it. So I already did this here, and I already did some test shots with Sasha. So maybe what we can do, I can give you a quick run around, how the lighting is set up in my studio today. So
Yeah, that would
Sasha,
be good.
if you want to take the iPhone, let me just here it is. Perfect.
Nice.
iPhone is working. Fantastic. So, camera, I'm shooting today with a R5, Canon R5 with the 85 1.2 from Canon. Trigger, Westcott trigger, but basically you can use any lights. A good lens always helps because the photos are sharp and nice contrast with nice colors. I'm actually we're gonna do two sets of portraits today. One is against the gray backdrop, and then I don't know if you can show here. This is the other canvas that I'm going to use the second headshots today. I mean, the second portraits with Sasha. So lighting-wise, main light is my light here. That's the 7-foot Octabank from Westcott. I like big lights, but if you don't have a 7-foot, you can have something smaller, even the umbrella, which actually I use here behind me. So this is the 7-foot deep umbrella, white, from Westcott as well, with the front diffuser. So this is my fill. The Octabank is my main. I'm using an highlighter reflector from below. I'm using it kind of low today, but just kind of open up the shadows from under the chin. And let's go back here, Sasha. So we have two V flats, one V flat, and behind Sasha is the second one here. Okay, so you can see the two V flats, one here, one here. I have just bare strobes bouncing into the V flats, and that's just to put a little bit of light on the gray backdrop, because otherwise it will be too dark. And I put them in the same group. So basically, I have the same power on both of them. This is my group C. So basically, the main light, group A, the fill, group B, and then two strobes that bouncing into the V flats, group C. Okay.
Nice. Is this a typical setup that you travel with as well when you are working on location?
This will be one of them. If I have space, because that takes a little bit more space, I'll use this way. It's the sweet spot of the light is pretty big here. So you can, that doesn't matter how tall the people are. I mean, it's really, I can photograph somebody that is like 5 feet to 7 feet, and pretty much get nice, kind of soft, broad, flat lighting. So that's, I mean, it's a little bit directional, but it's really, a lower contrast lighting. So it's better for the skin. Say it again. As a woman, I like it. Yeah. So Sasha, as a woman, she loves it. Because straight from the camera, the skin looks really good. Because we don't have those hard shadows. So all the light fills up all the pores in the skin, so the skin looks really good. And then you don't have like really harsh specular highlights, so that everything looks good in the skin. Okay, coolness. And then just a reference, my main light is at 5.2. The group A, B is at 3.6, and then group C is at 2.3.
Perfect.
Okay, let me switch back to my two screens. Here it is. Okay.
Nice.
So Sasha, so before we start photographing, let's actually start the Capture One Live. So actually, let me make
Capture One a little bit bigger. That's better. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So the main thing, so to start the session, the Capture One Live, we need to first decide which folder we want to make as the live folder. So to start the Capture One Live is you have to click on the Share Online icon. So when we click on it, it's gonna first retrieve all the previous live sessions that I have going on. So you can see I have a few already going on. And I can stop sharing them right now, but I don't have to. So for this session, and this is usually how I do it, I always share the capture folder. So basically, whatever gets captured, goes straight, to the live gallery. So I'm gonna click the Share and Manage Access. Okay, and here we are. So we can copy the share link. I'm copying. I'm gonna go to my browser, and I'm gonna paste it here. Okay, here it is, and here are the photos. And you can see even my nuclear first photo.
The test.
Yeah, the test, what we started with. And kind of basically, those are all the different test shows that I did this morning, when we were setting up everything. So, you can see that. So the cool thing is that if I don't want this nuclear version to be seen by the client right away, I can just go to Capture One. I can close this one, now. I can just delete it. And then this photo, right away goes away from the live version. I'm gonna delete those black ones where I didn't have
the other test shots. Yeah. Can you share that link? Share that link with me as well,
absolutely.
and then I can.
So
share
let me
that to
put
everyone
this
else.
in the group here.
Thank you.
So this
Perfect.
is the link. And now, when I'm with my client, we can do it different. We can do it either on a tablet that I have standing on or sitting on the table. Once I photograph, they go to that to the tablet and select the photos. Or like we're gonna do today, we're gonna make it even easier, and we're gonna Sasha will actually look at her photos on her iPhone. And whether you share the URL to the iPad or a tablet or a phone, as you can see, the link is, it has this this GUID, which is like a really long ID. So, it will be pretty hard to remember it. So much easier way to share this. If you go, and I know in Windows will be different, but, I'm talking about the Apple, and I moved from Windows to Apple products a year and a half ago, and I really love it. So one of the cool features is the share. And you can either send to your devices if they use the same Apple account, or since we kind of share with Sasha a different account. So what I do, I usually create a QR code, and then Sasha come over here. So Sasha, and she's going to scan the QR code, and she just opened already the live session on her cell phone. So that's the easy way. If I use the tablet, I just come with the tablet. I just take open the camera, it scans the QR code, and I automatically opens the live gallery on the iPad that I have. Nice. Is it on your phone already? Okay, let me see. So we already have it. Let me see. Sorry. Here it is. So it's already on her phone. And I'm sure. I know that we have the high capacity sharing enabled today, so you guys can see all the photos that we're going to be photographing on the Capture One live session as well.
I'll put up a QR code on screen as well, so if people want to try it out, then they can do so. It was a little bit big at first. Yeah, just covering you up, but I'll put that up.
Stars and colors, awesome. So that's the cool thing that I see. In the gallery, Sasha sees the changes on her cell phone. And the cool thing is that when I go to my to my Capture One, I see the rating as well right away. So it's somebody rated with 5 stars, which ones they like already. Coolness. So before I start photographing, do we have any questions, David?
Questions? Yeah. Let me just check if it's. Let me see. There was a question, does this work with Android? And of course, it's any web-connected device. So it doesn't have to be...
open it through a browser. So
basically, a browser.
You don't need any powerful device. You can have old tablet, like for the... for my iPads, I used I bought on Amazon like some refurbished ones. I think they were like under $300. So I think we have 5 of them right now.
Nice.
So basically, yeah, my kids are very happy that we have so many tablets, because when when I don't photograph them, they know that there's always a tablet at home, that they can use.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can buy the cheapest tablet. It's much more important, that there's a screen real estate. So try to get like the bigger iPad versus the tiny one, or like a Samsung tablet. Try to get the bigger one, even older one, because all you care is just that it has a browser and the decent, and the Wi-Fi is much more important than the speed or the CPU of the tablet.
Yeah, exactly. Just a comment from my end. The number of people who can join a Capture One live session is typically 25, but we are going to open this one up for more people. We thought we'd already done it, but apparently we hit the limit of 25. So it might take a little bit,
Wow.
but otherwise we can also share. Yaneck's screen as well. So, but
Okay.
we should get there. But yeah, you can start shooting. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to remove all the ones that I really that we were testing. So here we are. So we only the two versions right now. So Sasha, if you can go back there. Yeah. Okay. Let me switch the view so that you can see from behind. So here it is. So my camera so you can see me shooting. Okay. So Sasha, the main thing first, you're just gonna put your hands by the side of your body for now. The main thing you're gonna do, you're gonna push your forehead forward a little bit like this. Okay, so from side looks forehead forward and a tiny bit chin down. Okay, yeah, not the, and then basically whatever your face is gonna be turning today, your eyes, always on the camera for now. Okay, unless I tell you to look away, but for now you're gonna be looking at the camera. When you push your forehead forward, remember not to lean forward. I don't want you to lean forward at all. Okay, not with at the hip, not with your whole body, like a ski jumper. So we don't want that, either. Basically, straight, nice, nice body. So I'm gonna start with just some basic headshots, and then we're gonna do a little bit of portraits as well. I'm gonna come a little bit tighter, for the headshots. Perfect. And tilt your face tiny bit more this way. And since I'm using, I'm doing headshots so much tighter, I'm gonna actually raise this even higher, so get even more fill from the bottom. I'm gonna switch this to my. Okay, perfect. Not maybe the eyes here, but perfect. And then give me 5 seconds up to no good. Perfect. I just forgot to switch this to my facial recognition. Perfect. Okay. Your face a little bit this way. Perfect. You got it. Push your foot a little more toward me. Perfect. Attacking those earlobes a little bit. With this hairstyle, I see your earlobes sticking out like crazy. So perfect. Turn your feet a little bit this way, and turn your face more toward me. Beautiful. And touch your face.
Hey Yaneck, can you put Capture One Live up on your screen as well?
Can I have Capture One Live? Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
See if I have. Where's my mouse? Here it is, and this. Let me see if I can switch this Capture One. You know what? I don't think I can right now.
Okay.
Sorry. I think because I'm using on one monitor, and then the other monitor I use for Ecamm Live. Yeah, so it will be tougher. Let me see if I can. Let me give me 1 second. Secondary display. Okay, and then let me switch this guy here. No, it's Capture One. I'm sorry. The Ecamm Live is taking over this. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can use it. Oops. Let me see. If I open it here. Oh, we reached the limit, right? So I cannot.
Yeah, that's what we're working on at the moment. Yep. Just need to get you back up on screen as well. We're just working on it right now, so it shouldn't be.
Okay, so you can see now my Capture One Live.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, yeah, let's do this. So you saw already me, working with Capture One. So let's see, how fast we can see those photos here.
Okay. 1 second. Let me just bring you back up on screen because we're having a
Somebody mark it with 5 stars already. I love it.
Just
Perfect,
give me 1 second, Yaneck, because
Sure. Yeah.
for some reason we had, hang on, guess one. That should be, there we go. That's better. Just a shortcut key error on my part. So there we go. We've got Capture on Live sticking up there. Nice.
Okay, perfect. 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 Turn your face a little bit this way. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And wiggle toes in your left foot. Just wiggle, wiggle. What are your shoes today? Okay, so that you have space there.
Lots
Turn
of
your
5
face a little bit
stars coming in.
Yeah, that's it. You got it. Elbow up, elbow up. Perfect, perfect. And then I want you like to look a little bit concerned, like but give me a pressure in the corner of your lips, just a tiny bit. That's it. Also, too much, too much.
Never happy, eh?
Okay, so we see it. Okay, so they're coming up. Let me see which one we have. Okay, and still coming up. I think this is the last. The last close mouth will be the last one, which I think it should be. Everybody's you're getting all the photos 5 stars.
You must have a fan in the audience. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Okay, well, 5. Okay, so this is the last one. So all depends. All depends how fast you're shooting. I photograph headshots, much faster, so the pace is pretty fast. But by the time I finish photographing somebody and I have maybe 30-second chat, by the time they go to the iPad, they already have all the photos on the iPad, and basically I tell them, you know what? I mean, usually when I photograph with a company, either headshots or portraits, I usually include. I mean, with the way I price it, I include 1 photo retouched.
Okay.
So the whole the workflow is for each person to select the 1 photo, the main one that we're gonna retouch. So I tell them, go to the photos, select. The goal is for you to select 1 photo, mark it with 5 stars, and if you want to pre-select some photos, mark them with 2 or 3 stars. We can always filter them down to these, and then you can just make the final selection. But just make 1 photo with 5 stars. And I know a lot of people asked me that before. Are people confused? Do you run into problems of people not knowing how to rate 5 stars? And I don't know. Maybe we think that people are not as smart as they are, because I photograph so much, and everybody understands when I tell them to mark a photo with 5 stars.
Well, I think in society we're so used to rating anything 1 to 5 stars, whether that's Trustpilot or restaurants or whatever. It's not really weird to then rate a photo 5 stars. And you said you brought your own tablets to the shoot, so just some cheap tablets. So again, you're not relying on them really having to set anything up. It's just handing them, here's a tablet, here's the pictures, keeps them away from the workstation, and then they can go through and make their selections. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so let's do a couple more, but now no headshots. We're gonna do a little bit of portrait, Sasha. Okay. So I'm gonna lower the highlighter. So for this one, I just want you to bring 1 hand here, and then the other one under. Perfect. A little bit push it more. That's it. Perfect. Got it. Okay. Yes, you can. So this one I'm going to remove the from the tripod. I'm just going to do maybe vertical, so that's perfect.
By the way, guys, we've released the limit. So if you now want to scan the QR code or grab the link, I can copy paste the link again into the chat once more, and then you guys can watch, and then it will give you the idea of the speed as well, which is important. Worth mentioning, of course, that we're not uploading raw files up to Capture One's cloud. As you shoot, we're just taking a small preview and putting that up on the cloud as well, so you can see how rapidly it comes in. I'm actually watching it on my screen, so if I just put my screen up for a second. So this is my screen that you're looking at, and then as Yaneck shoots, then the pictures are coming in as well. So you can see it's it's pretty rapid. Yeah.
Want you to
So I found refreshing the link didn't work. So if you were refreshing the link, just close your web page and then open a new page and post that in. And then that works pretty nicely. So yeah, if I just switch to my screen once more again.
Yeah.
If Yaneck's shooting.
Do a few more portraits of Sasha. Beautiful, beautiful. Turn your face a little bit this way for me.
And if I want to, I can actually go ahead and follow the shoot. So that was probably a little bit quick. But if you look up in the top right-hand corner, you can see this little pair of binoculars. So if I tap that, that actually follows the live shoot. And then you can see them as they come in. I can zoom in as well if I want to. Someone's very happily rating everything 5 stars as well. And you can see down here this message following the live shoot or edit, which is important. So if Yaneck was to edit or choose a different picture, then it would also reflect in Capture One Live as well. So if you were working in a collaborative situation where you needed to monitor the shoot, throw in some comments as well. So I can leave my comments down here. I'll just stop following. For example, I can write, love this look, like so. And this could be retouching notes or something like that as well.
No, just don't do it here. Just do it here.
Now notice that this says anonymous, but you can invite people by email too. We didn't obviously do that for this particular use because obviously we're not going to find out 200 people's emails and figure that out in the session. So that's just a basic anonymous link. But of course, what you can do is email invite specific people. So if security is a must, then you can target exactly who you want to invite, and they must verify that, of course. So there is a very good level of security. And also if you're worried about people, clients downloading the pictures, I mean, they are low resolution, they couldn't do a lot with them. But if you are worried about, screenshotting, all of those kinds of things, you can also apply a watermark as well. So you can cover the whole picture in watermarks, of course. But I guess with your workflow, Yaneck, that's not really an issue because you're kind of using it in the moment, handing the tablet to your client and saying, pick the best one and job done.
And actually, a good point that also, for example, here, this is more than I would do, when I go in a higher volume of headshots when I do Capture One, because, we are like at 60 images. So let's say I did something like that, and, they don't want to go through 60, which camera? I should be talking. Let me just switch here. Let's say they don't want to look at 60 photos on the tablet. So what I would do, so you guys, if you can just, for 1 second, don't mark any photos, okay? I'm going to mark all photos to 0 stars.
Yeah, no one write anything. Can we trust people?
So basically what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to pre-rate, a few photos, for Sasha. So then when we go on her cell phone, we're going to, actually look only the ones that I pre-marked,
By the way, we added more seats to the link and you guys have taken them all up again. So we're going to add some more.
How many people do we have on
so we've got a combined of, more than 300 people. So I say typically the link is 25 because it's unlikely you're working in a team bigger than 25 people. So we added a bit more for this session, but we can see if we can add a little bit more as well. So you guys are loving it. And actually what it does show is the benefit of using a QR code, because if it's a link, what I've seen when we've done these before is that we don't actually get many people following it because they're looking on their computer. They don't want to cover the live stream with the Capture One Live, what's going on. But a QR code, it's just really easy to pick up your phone and scan it. So yeah.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so now, so you can see, so I did, the pre-selection, so you can see like some 1 star, some 0 stars. So I'm in Capture One Live. So Sasha, come over here. I'm not going to use, she can use it on her cell phone, but then you will not see the process here. So let's pretend that this is the tablet. What we're going to do, I'm going to go to the filters, and I'm going to select 1 stars. Okay, so now we have 1 stars, and if I click on the photo, I see I see 1 photo at a time. I can switch it with arrows, or if I'm on a touch screen, I would just do with a swipe. So is this a maybe?
Yes.
Okay, so I mark it with 3 stars. This,
Yes.
not this one.
No.
Maybe? No. My hand here.
That's why I have
Is
to see the
this
face.
going to be a difficult
Very nice.
client?
Ah,
This is nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
you're such a good photographer.
Only the best for you. Okay. This one, maybe?
Yes.
Okay. Too much?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe?
Maybe.
Okay.
So what do you give
Possible.
the maybes? You're just adding those as 3 stars.
Threes,
yeah?
right? So 3 stars, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not the final ones. And then I think this is pretty nice.
Yeah, we just
Okay,
had a
and then we
question
are
about what your workflow was like. Stacy was asking, so now you can see Stacy. So one for
So now I'm
the
going to remove
pre-selection.
1 stars and I'm going to move only 3 stars.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm down to 12. So I have like, what, 2, 4, 6, 9 portraits and 3 headshots.
Sell it to me.
And you know which one? You know, so let's start with headshots. Is 1, 2, or 3? Which one would you?
1.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is 5 stars. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back, and then we're gonna do the portraits. Let's select 2 of these, okay?
Okay.
Because these are nice.
And this is a workflow you typically do with the client, yeah?
I usually don't. If they do headshots, I don't assist them. I just tell them, you know what? I pre-selected some with 3 stars for you, so you can just filter to 3 stars, and then they make a decision. If somebody asks me to help them, I'll help them. But a lot of people, they just they know what they like.
Well,
So
also on location, if it's big enough, we have an assistant who is pre-selecting.
yeah,
Right.
Well.
I love this one.
Yeah.
This or this?
This one.
This one?
No.
This one, right? Okay. Possible?
Possible.
Okay. Of this one?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I think we added a few more spots on the link. So
okay. So these are basically these are the actually let's do. So I'm going to downgrade some. Is this still strong or no?
Yeah.
This or
Well,
this?
you're the professional.
I think I like this one better. So I'm going to degrade this to 3 stars.
Okay, I trust you.
Okay.
Yes.
This one is very nice.
That's from my book cover.
5. Okay. I think this one is better.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, and we got it.
You're
Okay, so
efficient.
yeah,
Thank
so
you.
okay, so we're gonna mark 5 stars again. Okay, so we have these. So now, we have 3 5 stars. So if I go to my caption 1, I'll mark it with 5 stars. I mean the filter 5 stars. I have them here, and then basically these are the ones. And what I do, with these, I move them to my select folder. So I click, so when I'm done, I don't do it for every person after each person, but when I'm done with the sessions, all the 5 stars, I click the move to select so I can drag them. But if I move to select, it will ask me whether I want to move them. I say, yep. And now, so if I go to the select folder, these are all my retouch ones. I mean the ones that will be retouched. If I right click on it and I say show in Finder, so if I open this, so these are my raw files. And what's cool about it that in Capture One folder, one of the folders is settings, and these are basically settings. So if I copy, the way my workflow is that I copy, and Sasha, you can go change now. Okay. So I copy this folder, so my select folder, into my current work folder. So in the current work folder, I put only those photos that I'm going to retouch. I don't move all of them. I just, just the final selection. And then the session with all the photos that didn't get selected, those folders get deleted within a week.
Okay.
So this
way,
so
you're not keeping hundreds and hundreds of raw files all the time.
Exactly.
No.
So so for example, like last week, so Sasha was photographing Toyo tires. So we photographed 18 people. So we have the TIFF and the raw files here. Even though she photographed like few hundred frames,
yeah.
But here we only have the files that are final ones. And then this folder, the current work, depending how much I have built up, but usually every 3 to 4 weeks, I grab all these and put this into my other workstation that gets backed up, to the NAS, and then also the desktop is also my backup. So basically, once I move them, I get copies in 3 locations. I have on the main workstation, where I have like, I don't know, I think I have like 20 terabytes of hard drives on it. Then it gets also copied to my NAS, which that's a second copy, and that's disk redundant. So even if one drive or 2 drives fails, I still have a copy. And then at the same time, all those files get backed up to the cloud. So I have backups in 3 places. If they ever want to come back, for the final, for the photos that were actually purchased.
Nice one. So while Sash is getting changed, I have a couple of questions. So the link is active for 30 days. So that was a question which has been answered, but I think it's good that you all know. So the link is active for 30 days, but Yaneck can kill the link at any time. So if you're in control.
Yeah,
so if you want to tell your client,
if you go to the share online again, right? You will see my previous the live sessions. This is the current one that I'm doing. But then these are for example, these are the Toyo tires. So that's what the Sasha did last week. So I can just stop sharing because right now the link is still valid.
Yeah.
And then I have Zillow and some other companies. So basically, yeah, you can stop the sharing at any moment.
Yeah. So if you want to tell your client you need to give me ratings within 4 days, of course, then you can do that because they've got no idea how long the link could actually last for, but the maximum is 30 days currently. There was another question. Michelle was asking, are we sharing the recording? Yes, it's going straight to YouTube as well, so you can always pick it up there, so no problem at all. Marcy was asking if you're shooting to an iPad. So Yaneck's shooting to his laptop, but you can also shoot tethered to Capture One for iPad. And Marcy was asking, is the data being recorded not on your camera, but only on the iPad? It depends on the camera. So some cameras allow you to shoot card and to the iPad at the same time. So like Fuji, Canon, some Sony models, a couple of Nikon models. So it depends. It's very much camera dependent, but you can double up on that as well. Hayes was asking, how do you manage if you've got several clients looking at headshots? So I guess if you've got a situation like Toyo where you shot, several people, do you push them through to make their selection before the next person comes in? Is it like relatively rapid turnaround?
Yeah, so if it's a good question. All depends, how much time I have for each person. If I have 10 minutes per person, I usually photograph 5 minutes, and then they spend 5 minutes. They have 5 minutes to select their photo.
Right.
So that's plenty of time for them to select it. Sometimes there's somebody may take a little bit longer, but I want an extra. So I have always extra iPads. Yes, if you have super high pace, so let's say you're shooting at 1 minute per person or 2 minutes per person, what's challenging is that if you as you share the capture folder, the next files will appear on top, and they will constantly keeps scrolling. So what I do in this situation, I mark all the photos that I want to be visible with 1 star. And then I have a filter just for 1 stars and above in a Capture One live gallery. So as I shoot those photos, they're just coming from the camera. They have 0 rating, so they don't appear automatically in the Capture One live, browser.
Right.
But once I mark them 1 star, the next all the photos for that person will start appearing.
Got it. Cool. There was a question from Nad saying, where do we get the QR code? So I used bit.ly as a generator, but there's loads of free QR code generators online. So as opposed to sharing, that big long link with your clients or whatever, if it's easier to share a QR code, which I think we've discovered today it is. Actually, I'll show you my screen in a second. So hang on, let me just bring up my screen. So you can see my screen here. This is bit.ly. or bit.ly.com, which just allows you to paste a link in and it generates a QR code straight away. And actually we've got quite a bit of stats, and we can see how many times it's been scanned and everything. So, but there's loads of free generators out there for QR codes, so it doesn't have to be that service, but that one works particularly well. So I hope that makes sense, Naj. Yeah.
Okay. So Sasha is back. Let me switch to the other view. Okay. So so we are here. So basically, we're gonna photograph now Sasha against the canvas.
Right.
And I'm gonna actually bring a. Let me see. I'm gonna bring the one of the. So you can put, so you can still sit, but you're gonna put your 1 foot on a step, on a step stool. What is it? Step stool? What is it called? Step ladder. Okay, yeah, that's what. So basically, the lighting is very similar. Do you want, Sasha? Do you want to take the iPhone just for a second? Okay, so why don't you? Sasha is very proud of her outfit today, by the way. So, which I love. Okay. Okay, so why don't you come from this angle? It'll be easier to see. Okay, so we have the 7-foot octa. So basically, we use the same lights, except we're not going to use the the one that we had bouncing into the V flat. So this time we're going to use only 2 lights. We're going to use the big octa and the umbrella behind me as a fill. And that's really it. I may bring a V flat to reflect light, but I'm not sure. We'll see, whether this is, enough fill or not. So we'll see that. Okay. But otherwise it's the same setup, the same concept. But the feel of the photo, I think will be totally different because of the warm canvas behind, and then I think the blue, which is the opposite color of the kind of yellowish. I think we'll give a good contrast. Plus the feathers, I think it's pretty cool. So we'll see. We'll see what it works. Okay, let's switch. Okay, here we are. Okay, Sasha. So, and I didn't adjust any powers on the lights yet. So yes, it on this one. And
so we're going to see the test shots, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So so it's we tested this morning only the setup for the previous headshot. I mean the previous setup. So give me. This is my select folder. Here it is. So I need to clear this. Okay, I'm in the end. Okay, so let's test it out. Let's see how everything looks. I'm sure at the beginning, and I'm actually, let me see. Maybe I use the 50 lens. Let me first see how everything. Oh, didn't fire. Give me 1 second. Here they are. What's going on here? Okay, let me see. It's just my camera has slightly problems with the hot shoe connector. Okay, so this is where we are right now. I think the exposure overall is not bad. It's a little bit warm for me, so I'm gonna just cool it down just a tiny. Okay, and then the shadows are still, it's personal choice. I think the shadows are slightly too. Sorry, you see my back now. The shadows are a little bit too deep for me. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna bring a little bit the B group up. So the B is the umbrella behind me. So it's this one here. So I'm gonna, right now it's at 3.6. I'm gonna make it 4.2. Okay, and I'm gonna make sure that the C group is disabled because I think I moved it further away than it was before. So that's why it's not as filling as before. Okay, so just put your lab in the front. That's it. That's awesome. Very natural. Turn your face a little bit this way. That's awesome. Awesome. So let's compare this. I think I can do even a little bit more. So I'm gonna make it to like Oops, where's my group? I'm going to be from 4.2 to 4.8 and see how everything looks here. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, let me double check it. Yeah, that's much better.
I just put up my screen for a second on Capture One Live in case anyone isn't watching with the millions of QR code scans. So
I think it looks pretty nice.
looks
like
great.
it, Sasha?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to switch from 85. I'm going to try to do 50. And, so that, basically have a little bit more space because right now I'm really against the other, lights. So let me just get the 50 here.
Question, Yaneck, which Canon were you using? It was the R5, wasn't it?
Yes, I'm using the R5. Yes.
Yeah.
So since I moved to RF cameras, those lenses are definitely much more expensive than the EF lenses used to be.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, they're extremely good. I love them, but they're definitely much more expensive. So my main three lenses, which are the only RF lenses that I have, is the 50, the 85, and the 2870. So those are the three RF lenses that I have, and basically I would say it's 90% of the time that I use them. And in the studio, it's really either the 50 or the 85. I rarely use the 2870. So, and that's super sharp. So okay. So now I'll give you an idea. Like turn your face a little bit this way. Perfect. Good. Chin down just a tiny bit more. Perfect. Awesome. So you can see I have a little bit more real estate. I'm gonna bring even more legs, for Sasha, so that we don't cut it. No, I don't see your shoes, so that's awesome. Oops, did it fire again? Perfect. Awesome. And actually, let's turn your feet this way. Let's see. Awesome. Yeah. So I turn Sasha's face toward the light, so we still have like short lighting on her face, but there was a broad lighting on her body. So let's do it now. Basically we have all short lighting on her body, and perfect, beautiful, gorgeous. Chin up just a tiny bit, Buffy. Beautiful, awesome. Let me see how everything looks. Looks pretty good. What I want you, just straight spine, and then lean with your upper body toward me a little bit more. Perfect, you got it.
While you're shooting, Yaneck, there was a question from Jordan saying, does the image remain on the phone? No, you can't actually download to the phone, so you're just simply observing in a web browser. So as soon as you're in control of when the link is killed. So as I said, it lasts for 30 days, or you can kill it at will. So it's just a push of a button, and then the link is no longer available. But nothing is physically downloaded to the phone or tablet or whatever you're using in that respect. And the other question from Michael was asking, can you see metadata in Capture One Live? No, because it's meant as a reviewer, I guess, situation, then there is no metadata. If I just bring up Capture One Live, I can, of course, add my own comments, but you can't see the ISO or anything like that.
Okay, so we continue shooting here a few. So we're going to do on this one as well. So I'm going to get a little bit back here. Probably you don't see me here, but so
not quite.
one foot on the step, honey. Perfect. And just with the hands again, and just lean a little bit more to me. That's awesome.
Matthew's just told me metadata could come in the future. So if it's something that you're interested in, we do have a spot on our community at support.captureone.com where you can put in feature requests as well. So definitely let us know if that's something you're interested in.
And then elbows, like lean a little bit more forward. That's it, you got it. That's awesome. Beautiful. Awesome.
And Jeff was asking, is there some sort of comparison between Capture One and Lightroom? I currently have Lightroom. Well, there's no equivalent system on Lightroom. I can definitely tell you that much. In terms of tethering, yes, Lightroom can, of course, tether as well. But I think what you will find, the comparison between Capture One and Lightroom for tethering, is quite different in the fact that Capture One delivers a very high performance tethering experience and lots of other features that go into that as well. Good tip about the ISO, actually. Michael was asking, if you do want to physically put the ISO on the picture in the form of a watermark, you can do so. So you can set up a watermark that reads certain metadata, and then you could have that on the picture itself. So that is a little workaround that we can do.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Yeah, well, it'll be a bit tricky to run through it online, but that's actually a good point. We can certainly put that in help material and everything if somebody wanted to superimpose that. But a watermark can be a text, it can be image, or it can be something using tokens in Capture One. And a token can extract some kind of metadata, which could be ISO, shutter speed, file name, camera serial number. Pretty much you name it, we can extract it, and then you can have that also as a watermark overlay, so it would be possible.
Okay, so we did a few photos of Sasha. So I pre-rated them.
Nice.
I'm gonna go to my browser again. I'm gonna select 1 stars.
So
okay,
nobody,
so here they are.
Nobody mess with the ratings.
Yeah. So yeah. Let me actually, yeah. So I think yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's start with this one. Is it maybe or no?
Sure.
Okay. Yes. Love it. I love it.
Not hard not to love.
Okay. What do you think? Okay. This one.
You know
the shrug said no.
I want nothing.
that's a no.
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 But then this is better, right?
Well, you can skip that.
No?
No.
Okay. So let's look at 3 stars now. Okay, so we have this.
This or the previous one?
This one?
No. Yeah.
Or this? This one, yeah, I love this one. Look serious?
Yeah.
Or do you like it? I think this one's pretty good. This one, let me tell you, Asha, since you are my real client,
Yes.
that because I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't show me that one before.
Oh, I didn't? Oh.
As a professional photographer.
tough client today. Yeah.
This is yes.
Okay. Somebody marked it with 5 stars already. Okay. So I'm gonna mark this one as 3 stars. So let's mark them now to 3. I do all 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we have this.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I love this one. Maybe with this one or this one?
This mark is better.
I think this one. Yeah.
Can't smile with feathers.
Yeah. Love this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. This one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then the cool thing is that so even though this was the initial like the earlier photo when there was still more contrasty, like those so I'm gonna mark it as 5 and now if I go back to Capture One, and that's the cool thing that these two. So especially this one, I can either raise the the exposure, or I can even open the shadow a little bit. Okay, and that automatically it's gonna show. No, it's not this one. It's what number was this? This is 68. So it's this one.
Yeah, 68.
So this automatically shows. So if for example, if I screw up and do this,
yeah. So I'll put my screen up
here in just a second. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's really cool that we can. The adjustments actually visible right away. So so for example, if I want to do some even toning, color grading on it, let's say I want to warm it up even more, and then maybe do some green. Let me see if what colors I want. This one actually. Let me see if green one is better that I like. I think I like the magenta a bit better here. This, and then we can do the midtones a little bit on the warmer side, maybe too much, and then lights. It's a little bit too much on this one. I'm gonna do master a little bit, undo it. Perfect, and then I can increase the exposure tiny bit.
And any of you watching, as I said, if you click on the little follow icon up here, this one, then you'll actually see the edits as Yaneck does them as well.
Yeah.
So if you missed it,
So
then
so this is
you'll
basically
find it.
so this is so I added the color grading, and it's quick and dirty, but yeah, so basically it's oops, somebody removed my 5 stars.
How dare they?
5 stars back.
It's going to be
Okay,
a
5 stars.
ratings war. Yeah.
There it is. Okay, so this is the rate. So we have two, the color graded and not. And this one, I still think the shadows are a little bit too open. So I'm just gonna bring them back just a tiny, right? And maybe now that I color graded, I maybe cool it down just a tiny bit, so it's not as okay. So either way, I actually what I do when I send for retouching, I try to make the colors as neutral as possible, and then I color grade once it's retouched. So basically, I color grade the TIFF files, the actual TIFF files, and not the raw files. So basically, that's my workflow. I mean, of course, everybody works differently, but I like for my retoucher, to basically just work on the skin and not on the colors. So basically, if I remove it, that's basically what we have. And if I want to keep it warmer by as a starting point, that's basically what I have. And now if I want these two to be synced, so here it is, and they are in sync now. So I have the same feel for both of them.
Nice.
Okay. And yeah, I know you noticed that you can do the color grade. I mean the grading with the colors, or rating with the colors. I don't use it because it just doesn't follow my workflow. But of course, you can use it however you would like, whatever colors mean to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just play with stars versus the colors.
Yeah, and as you said, everyone understands stars. It's like, oh, did you mean green for good or yellow for good or whatever?
Yeah, exactly.
But I quite like the 1 as a pre-select, 3 as a maybe, and 5 as a select. So that's that's.
I mean,
nice.
this it could be used for something like this. That if you do all the headshots the first, and then you rate. Let's say you want all these to be orange, and then all these portraits, you're gonna mark them as, let's say, blue, right? So now you can filter the blue one, and
clear the stars. Yeah.
Clear, yeah. Did we change something that maybe it's still coming up, or
did you do blue? I didn't see. Let me check.
I feel maybe still refreshing.
Yeah.
Let me double check it. Let's do blue. Nothing yet. Interesting. Should be showing up, unless maybe with the high, with the high
250 people watching.
Yeah, you may still upload to the cloud. My
oh, there we go.
ratings.
I've just checked on my phone, and it's done the filtering, so it is it is coming through. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now I see them. Yeah. So filters, and I'm gonna do blue. There we go. So now I see only the the canvas. The canvas photos, that were filtered, and we can do another one, with 5. So 5 and blue. So basically now I see only the second setup with the 5-star rating.
Yep, excellent. Yeah, filters are really underrated, to be honest. But in this kind of workflow, not even for you. For clients and everything, it's very, very, very valid. Question. I just missed it. Hang on. Oh, Cheryl was asking, so you're shooting on a Mac, obviously. She was asking your secondary monitor. Any recommendations on brand? And I guess for color accuracy is what she was getting at.
I love BenQ monitors.
Mm-hmm.
They're really, the reason why I love them is one, they're hardware calibrated. They work well with Calibrite calibrators.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last thing that I love about them is they have a very nice neutral colors. Like compared to, let's say, Apple monitors and some other monitors, I think they try to overcompensate the colors. They try to make them too vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
And BenQ has very nice natural colors, similar to like ASO monitors. I mean, ASO monitors obviously are very good as well, and they also have pretty nice kind of real life colors. But yeah, so I have in my home studio, I have the BenQ monitor. So when that's where I do majority of the editing, the final editing.
Mm-hmm.
In the studio right here, I use the ASO monitor. That's my old ASO monitor, so I just brought it to the studio.
Yeah.
But my main monitor is the BenQ, the 30-inch BenQ monitor.
Cool. Harry was asking, hi Yaneck, do you typically allow time for minor retouching in your workflow, or does it depend on your client's feedback?
If you ask about minor retouching right on the spot, no, I don't.
No.
We don't do any minor retouching on the spot. It's we only do the final retouches of the files that they selected. So they receive only the retouch files. They never receive unretouched files.
Got it. Jean had a question which I'm not quite sure we understand, Jean. So Jean said, has anyone figured out how to get the images to not scroll while shooting on the kiosk? But the only thing I can think, do you mean the capture first to last, maybe?
No, I think it's when people view the photos and I shoot at the same time, that they're going to automatically scroll.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was Gene. So that's maybe you missed it earlier. What I was saying is that if I don't want those photos to scroll for whoever is viewing the photos, I basically filter to 1 star, and then as I shoot, they're basically the new ones are rated with 0 stars, and until I mark them with 1 star, they're not going to appear on the
so you pre-filter on the tablet that you're going to hand them off to. I got it. Cool. Nice one. Andrew had a question earlier, so it's when you were talking about your file management workflow. So you have the selects, so you have your 3 or 4 selects or whatever, and then you move them off to a different storage location. I can't remember what the exact workflow was.
Yeah, so I have multiple steps in my workflow. I think the main recommendation that I could give you, if you want to find out more, actually join my Facebook group.
Yes, I was about to say the same thing.
A video. I'm going to be going in details how my workflow is. I'm a nerd. I come from consulting and IT backgrounds. I delivered large projects for many years before I switched full-time photography. So I'm very process oriented. And so when I develop my processes, I try to make them repeatable and reliable. So I'll in my group, I'm going to make actually a video in details how how the files flow from the camera up to all my backups.
Yeah, perfect. There we go. So do that, Andrew, and then you can see the full workflow. I'm just checking for the last questions, and then I'd say we are pretty much out of time.
Just as a reminder, my Facebook group is Grow Your Photography Business with Wasio.
I put the link in the chat again so people can pick that up earlier. Rob was asking about people being able to download onto the iPhone. Yes, you could download a low-res one, but don't forget, Andrew, if you want to stop people doing that, you can also put a watermark saying not for use, not final image, etc., etc. So it is possible to protect in that way.
Yeah, and then especially in my case, they're using my devices, so they don't even know what the link is really. So they have no way to download those photos.
No,
But
exactly.
yeah, I
exactly.
understand the situation where they use on their own devices. They can always download them.
But it's definitely a valid concern. So the solution we have at the moment is watermarking. I think it's very difficult to prevent overall someone. If someone's desperate to get a photo, they will find a way. They will screenshot. They will do whatever, you know. So the best protection is obviously watermarking. But the other layer of security, of course, is you can invite who you want onto Capture One Live. Today was a special situation where we just had, you know, an anonymous link which hundreds of you can sign up to. But typically it's a case of, okay, I want David to review, I want Yaneck to review, and I want Matthew to review, and we're going to specifically set it up so that only they have access. So there's tons of security in that respect. Let's see, I think we've pretty much tackled all your questions. The only thing I'll leave to say is that this was recorded, of course, so it's going straight up to YouTube. So if you did turn up a bit late, as one gentleman did, so you can always watch this immediately after we have finished. Yeah. So thanks again, Yaneck, basically, for giving us this demo. I mean, just in terms of if you want access to Capture One Live yourself, on Capture One 23, Capture One Live is accessible to all, but the live link only lasts for 24 hours. Okay, so the free version, the live link, only lasts for 24 hours. If you would like to subscribe, you can do so. It's like an add-on to your existing license. Matthew will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's $5 a month. And then you can do up to 30 days for your Capture One Live session. Of course, you can cancel that earlier as well. So anyone on Capture One 23 has access to try it out. Does it work for your workflow? Kind of get into how it works and everything. But again, if you add the upgrade to your license, then you can go up to 30 days with a bunch more Capture One Live sessions as well. So, thanks again, Yaneck, for helping me out today. You've made my job very easy with all the different camera angles and scenes and the look at everything. Sorry for the little hiccup at the start for the extra seats, but it was nice that we could react quickly and open them all up. So,
and then if you guys have any questions afterwards, either put on the YouTube video comments and tag me, or post them to my group, even without referring the video. I'm always happy to answer any questions you have.
That's great. So yeah, you've got the link to Yaneck's group on YouTube and also in our live streaming room. So yeah, do go up and give Yaneck a follow. Alrighty.
Okay.
So thanks again, everybody, for joining us. Hope you find that useful. Do give Capture One Live a try in the next few days, and we hope to see you as a Capture One Live user. So take care, everybody. Thanks, Yaneck.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.